Have you ever been talking to an AI and had that weird moment where it feels a little too real? Well, that's exactly the promise of Character.AI. So today, we're going to do a hands-on dive and figure out if this thing is actually the future of conversation or if it's all just smoke and mirrors.
And that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? Is Character.AI a genuine leap forward, something that feels like you're talking to a real personality? Or is it just another chatbot in a fancy costume spitting out the same old predictable lines? Well, let's find out. All right, so first up, what is Character.AI really? You got to forget everything you know about your typical digital assistant. This thing was built with a much, much bigger goal in mind, and it's powered by some seriously heavy-duty tech.
So the secret sauce here is what's called a large language model, or LLM. It was cooked up by some former Google AI researchers, and it's the same kind of brain power you'd find behind something like OpenAI's GPT. But the key here is that it's not just trained to answer questions, it's trained to adapt, to take on whole new personalities and styles in the middle of a conversation. Okay, the tech is cool, but powerful tech doesn't mean anything if it's a pain to use. So how does it actually feel when you first fire it up? Let's get into those first impressions, starting right from the sign-up. The good news, getting started is an absolute breeze. It's just a few simple clicks. You pop over to the site, sign up, click the link in your email, and boom, you're in. Super easy. And they've even got those third-party logins to make it even quicker. No fuss at all.
And you get a taste of the platform's personality right away. Instead of some boring user ID, the reviewer got assigned the name Arrogant Fish 7437. I mean, come on, that's just a little funny touch that tells you this isn't going to be your standard stuffy tech experience. Once you land on the dashboard, everything just feels familiar. It's clean, the characters are all sorted into nice little categories, and there's a big search bar right where you'd expect it. Honestly, if you've ever played around with any other AI chat tool, you'll be right at home. The learning curve is basically flat. Now for the fun part. Let's talk about what makes Character.AI really special. This is where it stops being just a chatbot and starts to feel a little bit like magic. See, this isn't just about a simple back-and-forth conversation. The whole point here is creativity. You can actually build your own AI characters from scratch, or you can dive into this massive library of pre-made ones. We're talking everyone from historical figures to your favorite anime hero. It's all about immersive roleplay and storytelling. And here's a perfect example of what that looks like. The reviewer kicked off a fantasy roleplay, and the AI didn't just give one-line answers. No, it started co-writing the story. It was painting this picture of a dimly lit forest and a mysterious old man. It felt less like a chat and way more like you were inside an interactive novel. This is where the platform absolutely shines. But it wasn't all a perfect fairy tale. After that initial wow factor started to fade, some pretty big frustrations started to pop up. So, this is the reality check. Let's look at where this thing falls short. And here it is, the single biggest problem. The AI has the memory of a goldfish. The reviewer mentioned their favorite movie was Blade Runner, and just 10 minutes later, the AI had no idea what they were talking about. It acted like it was brand new information. This makes it impossible to build any kind of real connection. You're basically starting over with every message. And on top of the memory issue, there were other little headaches. You know, things like slow responses when a lot of people were online, the chat window glitching out and needing a refresh. And when you try to have a serious conversation, the advice can be super generic and kind of bland. These things start to add up. So you take the incredible creative highs and you weigh them against these really frustrating lows. What's the final verdict? Let's put it all together and see where Character.AI really fits into the whole AI landscape. This chart really tells the whole story. You've got Replica, which is all about being an emotional companion. You've got ChatGPT, which is the king of productivity. And then you have Character.AI, which has totally cornered the market on creative roleplay and storytelling. But that no memory part, that's the huge trade-off. So what's this going to cost you? Well, the free plan is actually amazing. You get almost everything. The catch is that you have to wait in line, and it can get slow. So they offer a paid plan for about $10 a month. It's basically a fast pass. You get to skip the queue and get quicker responses. So the million-dollar question, is it worth your time? And the answer is, it depends entirely on what you want. If you're a writer, a gamer, a storyteller, or you just want a fun, creative sandbox to play in, absolutely, 100% yes.
But if you're looking for a deep companion who remembers you, or a tool to help you get work done, nah, you're going to be disappointed.
And all of this leaves us with a really fascinating question to chew on. Character.AI proves that an AI can be wildly creative and engaging, even if it can't remember your favorite movie. So, what is it that really makes a conversation feel human? Is it that perfect shared memory, or is it just that little spark of imagination?